Hey guys, what's up? Tank Sauce back again. And in this video, we are going to go over, it might be a little bit a long one. I might break it up. I'm not sure yet. But this one is going to be going over TradingView, right? TradingView, you can go to tradingview.com. This is going to be one of the most, and it's one of the most important tools I have. It's where I do all my analysis, my charting. I keep track of the different futures contracts that I trade, and it gives me everything I need to trade more effectively. So you guys are going to go here um, and see if it's going to be on Get Started. Click Get Started. If you guys are just starting out and you're brand new, um, this is the price for it. Non-professional, you don't need professional. I personally use the premium, and it's 599. I buy it by the year, but just so you guys are aware, TradingView runs amazing deals every Black Friday, and I think it's going to be like at least 60% off, if not more. So every year around Black Friday is when I go ahead and I purchase my subscription for the whole year. I get it for, around 200 bucks for the premium, and I get it for the whole year, and you save a ton of money. If you guys are just starting out and you're brand new, I recommend just getting, the plus. You could even get the essential. I would say the plus would have a lot more of what you guys are going to need. As you guys are doing this for a month, you're going to want a little bit more features probably. But you can start out with the essential, but I would recommend getting the plus. And here you can see you can try it for 30 days right now as well. I'm not sure if that'll be there when you guys are watching this, but you can do it. So you guys are going to go ahead, you're going to click that, you're going to click sign up, etc. I already have this, so I'm going to skip this part and just log in. And then I'm going to show you guys the rest of the stuff to do. So we'll log in real quick. My 2FA always slowing me down. There we go. Okay, so I'm signed in. So like I said, you guys are going to go ahead, pick whichever package you guys want. You can do it for free, but go ahead, pick whatever package. We should have a promo code for this as well for you guys in the group. So go ahead and check the promo code out because it's going to get you guys the best price that they have on there. And then, yeah, I recommend the plus, but you can start with essential. So get the plus. I say just do monthly, but if you want to buy it for a whole year, you totally can. If Black Friday comes and you guys want to add on to it, it's just going to give you extra time and add it on to what you already have when you upgrade. So we do that after you guys purchase that, right? You need to get market data. And where is the market data? You guys are going to want to come and get the CME. It's going to be right here. You guys are going to purchase the CME group, E-mini included. That is what we use. That's all you need. And what that is going to do, aside from all the subscription to the charting, this is going to give you the data. So that way you're getting your chart showing in real time. Otherwise, there's like a delay. And like you can see right here, it says that there's a 10-minute delay on the data. So come down here, subscribe to real-time markets, right? You guys are going to scroll down. I already have it purchased, but you guys are going to click this. It's only $7, so it's not that bad. And then, check out your cart and you guys are good. After you guys check out, you guys are going to go to products, right? Hover over it, it'll pop it up. Go to your super charts. Oh, mine are already up. And you guys are going to get not a chart that looks like this. You guys are going to get a chart that looks like this. This is how TradingView comes as a default. You'll get this. You guys are probably going to have some volume bars down here or whatever it is. And this is how it's going to look for you. Uh, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over exactly what this is, how to use this application in your guys' trading. So in the previous video, we went over what the chart meant. So you guys should all be up to speed on exactly what these candlesticks mean, what all this means, what this means, all of that. Um, and I'll show you guys how to build your watch list, etc. So over here on the left, these are going to be the different tools that we have available to us, right? So we're going to start here and I'm going to show you guys how to build the toolbar that you use. And I'm just going to tell you the tools that I use because that's for the most part what you guys are going to be using a lot, especially as you're new. So right here, click this little arrow right here and that's your trend lines. You guys are going to want to put a star on your trend line. You're going to want to come down and you want to put a star horizontal ray. You're going to want to put one on vertical line. And you guys can add one on horizontal line as well, which I don't use a whole lot, but from time to time I will, and I'd rather just have it there than have to use it. So what this does when you put these stars there is it's going to add them in a little toolbar you have that you can drag, and instead of having to go over here each time and pick it, you guys just have your most used tools right here, right? And once you have them, you can move these around in the order that you guys want to use it in as well. So after the trend lines, we have some other things. These are the Fibonacci tools. And in one of the next videos, I'm going to show you guys more on the Fibonacci and how to use it. But here for now, go ahead and use that fib retracement, star that, and that's all we're going to use for the Fibonacci, just the basic fib. We don't use anything in the pattern, so you don't need anything there. But there is some cool stuff right here in the projection that you guys can use. So go ahead and star the long position and star the short position. And that's it for that. And then we come over here right to the brushes. Let's see if there's anything you guys are going to need in this area. Yes, and the shapes. You guys are going to want to star the rectangle because you will be using that. These next ones I use from time to time for like teaching and other stuff. So you don't necessarily have to put these ones on there, and there's really no need, but you can if you want. I use the path and I also use the circle from time to time. This one is going to have your text, things you can do. So say you want to leave a note, a little something anywhere on the chart. These are going to be the different things for that. I use the image from time to time when I'm putting a watermark on or whatever. So you can do that. You don't need to put the tweet, but you can add that if you want to put one of these under the tweet. I'll use text and we'll use comment. That's it for those. You guys, again, don't need those right now. And then right here, you have a bunch of emojis. So these are funny. If you guys want to put an emoji on the chart, you can, right? Boom, emoji. That's kind of funny. And that's it. This is going to be the measure, right? It's going to tell you this. But instead of doing that measuring tool, you guys can also hold down Shift, click, and it's going to bring up that measure. What that does is it's going to measure whatever distance from where you click to where you drag it. Obviously, I came down, so it's bearish. And as far as you go this way, it's going to tell you how much time has passed as well, right? The magnifying glass, this just zooms in on the chart. Now, this tool right here is the magnet mode. This is one of the ones that is important to use so you get exact drawings. I use the weak magnet, and basically what that does is when I'm using a drawing tool, it sticks right where I'm going to draw to a point. So there's the wick, there it glued it to the body. If I move it up, it goes to the body again, and then to the wick, and it puts it exactly where that was. So you get exact drawing. So that magnet, weak magnet, is important to have on. These drawing, it just stays in drawing mode, so it just lets you continuously draw. The lock will lock your chart. This one right here, if you guys draw some images and you turn this, it'll hide them. It's not going to delete them, but it'll hide them from you, and you can put it back up at any time. This, if you guys have multiple charts going on, like I'll have split screens and I'll have all that stuff, the drawings will sync in just the layout, meaning like you'll have different layouts saved. And what that means is right here, I have different layouts I use right here. If I have it this, new drawings will sync in layout. It only makes the drawings reflect in the same layout. If I switch layouts, those drawings aren't going to be there. But if I click new drawings will sync globally, it's going to put whatever I draw here onto every other layout I have. So personally, I don't use that because I have different layouts for different reasons, and I recommend you guys don't as well. The trash right here, you guys can click the trash. It'll remove a drawing if you made one. You can click the trash if you have indicators. It'll remove the indicators if you have them. And then this will remove both drawings and indicators right here as well. The star is going to show your favorite toolbar, which we just built. You can drag it anywhere you want. Down here, so we don't use a stock screener, so we're not going to go over it. Pine Editor, we don't really use either, but if you guys get more into this and you guys want to make a custom indicator or your own, TradingView runs on Pine script coding, so you guys can get the code for the indicator that you want to create. You can paste it here, you can publish indicator, add it to the chart. Don't worry about strategy testing, but replay, which we will go over in another video as well about back testing. Replay mode is where you can go back and you can pick a earlier point in time and you can trade from there. It'll erase all of this up here, start you here, and you can actually practice trading back there. So whenever you guys have a strategy you want to do, it's often helpful to go back a year and you back test that strategy for a year. When you do replay trading or back testing, all of the statistics from that replay session are going to show up down here. So that's pretty cool. The trading panel is where you guys are going to be able to hook up. We use Propfirms. We went over what Propfirms were with you guys in an earlier one. So a lot of Propfirms use these different platforms, right? Tradeovate. Um, no one really uses Oanda, but Tradeovate. You guys can see all the different platforms, Ninja, Trader, that will hook up to TradingView, and you can see that all from time to time hook up my MFF account to my TradingView through Tradeovate. Tradeovate's probably the most popular platform you guys can use. Um, Over here on the right, this is going to be my watch list. And right now, just for you guys, if you're following along with this or you want to reference this back at another time, this toggles on and off your watch list. This is going to toggle, show you the alerts that you have, right? And I have these alerts, which I don't need because they're old, so I'm going to delete them. But if you guys set any alerts, you guys are going to be able to see them right here. Alerts are set by coming to the chart, right? Right click, add alert. You can set the parameters for that alert. This over here, right, this is going to show you your indicators that you have. So like if I come here and I add another indicator, it's going to show here, but it's also going to show over here in the object tree. The data window is just going to be the data for each of these candles. And if you hover each over the candles, you're going to get that. But you also get that same information up here. So that's irrelevant. It's just so you know. This is going to be chat, so if you have other people with TradingView, you can see me and Pancakes have chatted and showed each other stuff in the past. This is where those chats are going to pop up. Private, which is what we were chatting, and then there's public chats where people actually talk on here. Notifications that you can get right here. Oh, missed it. Notifications right here, community feed where you can see what people are talking about, calendars, and the stock screener, which we don't use, so we're not going to go over. Aside from that, you guys are going to have this, and let's go over this right here. This is going to be your quick toolbar to get the different times that you guys need or want to use. And as you can see, they're all disappearing from up here. So when you guys have it, it's just going to show this, right? It's going to show a week, or it's going to show a day, or whatever you guys time frame you guys are on. It's going to show it up there, right? Here's the day. So you guys want to click on this and bust it open, right? You guys don't need to worry about the 15-second and the 30-second, but you can add them if you want to. So I add those, and when I add those, it puts them up here, right? 15 and 30-second. I also use the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute. I use the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 1 day, the 1 week, and the 1 month. Those are the time frames that I use in my trading, and that's how you guys are going to add them up here real fast to access, quick access to switch the time frames on your chart, right? This is where you guys can choose. Don't worry about all this, but just so you know, if you guys get into other types of chart trading, this is where you can change the different time of bars you have, right? So here's the candlesticks. We went over open, high, low, close in the previous video. So let's see if they have that one. Nope. I thought they had OHLC on here. Oh, there we go, bars. This is basically that open, high, low, close I taught you guys in the last one, right? Green, open, wick, high, close, right? Open, low, high, close. But you guys only need to worry about the candles because that's all we're going to be using. Indicators. This is where you guys are going to be able to get all your indicators or any indicators that you guys use. So These become helpful for different things. We only use a few, but we're going to go into those more in another video. This is just going to show you guys how to operate TradingView. Here's another quick access for the replay. And say you guys have a drawing, right? You accidentally click and move the drawing and you're like, dang, where was it at, right? You guys could go up here and click undo and it's going to put it back to where it was before you did that. So that's helpful. If you have a drawing that you made, here's the settings bar. You guys can move your settings bar wherever you want. And now let's go into showing you guys how to customize your chart. So you guys can customize your chart if you want to. Right click on the chart. You guys are going to have a lot of different things here. So reset chart view, what does that do? Well, if your chart's all the way over here and you don't know where it's at, you can't find it, right click, hit reset chart view. But then when you come to here, the chart only moves left and right, right? It won't move around. Go ahead and scroll on the price bar and now you can move your chart all around afterwards again. It unlocks it. You guys can copy and paste things on here. So let's go to the settings and customize this real quick, right? So this is where you guys, if you go here, settings, symbol, this is where you're going to be able to customize the color of your candlestick. So for this one, we're going to do some fluorescent green bodies right there, right? For the up close, and we're going to do some really bright purple for the down close. For the borders, I always like to use black, but you guys are free to use whatever you guys want. And for the wicks, I always use black as well, but you guys are also free to use whatever you want. Right here, you're going to get the session where we have electronic and regular trading hours, which we went over. And always have this on. I mean, I always have it on. This is a contracts and futures run every 3 months. There are contract changes in the chart, so you want to keep this on because it'll adjust the price for you guys based off the contract changes. Status line. So after you guys do your candlesticks or before, come down here to canvas, right? The canvas is going to be where you pick your background. What do you want? Do you want a solid, gray background? Do you want it to be gradient where you have two colors and say you have like a lighter gray and a darker black so you get this cool thing on it? Like whatever you guys want, you can customize there. The grid lines you can have. I sometimes like having them, sometimes don't. It's up to you, but you can adjust those here, put none on your chart if you don't want any. You can adjust the size of the text. See, you adjust the size of the text, it goes there. So we'll keep it, let's make it big because I know there's someone who's blind who's watching this so you guys can see it easier. So there's that, that's too big. Okay, there we go. And that's it for there. There is a watermark oftentimes on here, and I don't like the watermark. But if you have the watermark on, you guys can see it shows up right here. I don't like the watermark, it's in the way, so you guys don't have to do it, or you can, it's up to you. But for this, I'm going to do a solid background, and I'm going to use a lighter gray like that. Status line. This is going to be for this area over here, your status line, right? So this logo, we'll take the logo off. The title gets rid of that, right? You can have a description. You could have it as the ticker, which is NQ1, or you can have it as both. The chart values are going to be those open, high, low closes that we went over in the previous video. Bar change values, you can have that or not. I don't ever use it, so we'll check it off. And that's pretty much it for there. You guys can mess around with these other things, but that's it for that. And let's see if there's anything you really want to mess with here. No, you guys don't really have to do anything on this. Leave that. The canvas we went over. Trading. Oh, actually. Oh, here you go. Text on canvas. Black. We want black text, right? That's going to do that for you guys. That was what I was looking for. Okay, this stuff, buy and sell buttons. Go ahead and leave this stuff the way it is right now. Instant order placement. We'll do that in another video. You guys can leave the executions and the labels on. Basically, what that's going to do is if you take a trade off a TradingView, it's going to show you that. We'll do that in another one as well. Okay, and that's it. That's how you customize your guys' chart. So go ahead, customize it, whatever colors you guys want, whatever themes you guys are trying to use with it. You guys could go ahead and do that. And watch list. So click the square, go to your watch list, click the square, go ahead and type NQ. Add NQ, there's going to be a plus, add NQ, right? Go ahead and type ES. Go ahead and add ES. CL, add CL. Go to YM, add YM. And then what you guys are going to do is you're going to add the micro contracts for all of those as well. So add MNQ because that's the micro contract, the smaller one. Add MES, add MCL, and I forget what YM is off the top of my head. We'll find it at another time. But you guys, all the tickers that we use, which you guys can find on the ticker PDF, and which we went over a previous video or portion of this little course, you guys go ahead and add all those because those are the ones that we use most frequently. And what that's going to do for you guys is, man, that green is really bright. All right, let's change that. I'll go a little bit darker. There we go. That's easier on the eyes. So what that's going to do is it's going to put them here. These are all the things I use. Tradingview also has crypto. So if you guys are into crypto, you can put your different cryptos in there as well. This just makes it easier so you don't got to type it. You want to switch to crude oil? Boom, you're on crude oil. You want to switch to the S&P, ES, you're on it, right? Gold, natural gas, the micro contracts, whatever it is that you guys are going to be using, it's going to put it at your fingertips right here, easy. And you guys can make it thinner, you can make it wider. I prefer to have it about right there so I can see the tickers. And then you can also close this up like that, right? If you guys want to paper trade and practice, which is basically you guys can take trades on live data, but with a fake account, right? You guys click paper trading, it'll log you into your paper trading account, right? It can tell you all the history, orders, account history, what you guys traded, etc. And you guys will have all that info here for your demo or paper trading. You guys can also reset it right there by clicking reset account. So we'll go ahead and reset it. We're going to start the account off with 10,000, right? USD. Boom. Now I start off with 10 grand. And if I'm going to paper trade, I can slowly build it up again. Um, and the way the paper trading works, right? You guys are going to get buy and sell buttons here. You can place a buy. The market's closed, so it's not going to go fully into it. But there it is right there. You have a market order, which is buying at the current price that it's in. You have a limit order, which is setting a point in time for it to trigger and buy. So if it's a buy, your buy limit will be below. Your TP is going to be up here and your stop loss is going to be down here. And this is going to be, it's not going to just enter when you set a limit order. Price has to hit it before it's going to move. So you do this if you're anticipating a move at a certain level. You go ahead and click buy. It's going to set it up for you, right? Click that little X, it closes it. Or if you guys just click buy here, it's going to pop up this window. Take profit, stop loss. And we're going to go ahead and buy. And it's just, well, the market's closed, so it's not going to do it. But normally it would buy into the market. If you guys don't want that little pop-up window, which I think you should use it in the beginning, you guys can come to settings, you can go to trading, and you can click instant order placement, okay. And what that's going to do, it's just going to buy it when you guys are in there. Let's close all those out. You guys can click this trade, and it's going to pop that same order panel up over here. So maybe you just want that open and you guys can adjust whatever it is you guys have. Limit orders, right? You can adjust these things like this. You can adjust these like this. Maybe you don't have a TP and a stop loss and just a buy limit. That's okay. You can click the stop loss and put the stop loss where you want at another time. Or you can click the TP and put the TP where you guys want at another time. And that's pretty much how you guys are going to control the paper trading. If you guys make different layouts, like you guys can see, I have them here, the new system I'm using, which I only chart a certain way. I can load that chart. It has all my levels and all the things on it, right? If I want to go to my NWOGs and NDOGs, I can click that. and that's going to show me my chart that has all my NWOGs and NDOGs, which, as you guys know from the terminology, NWOG is a new week opening gap and the NDOG is a new day opening gap. You can also star these just like you would anything else. So I have my layouts saved right here as well. New system, my main one, which I'm not really using the main anymore, but you guys can see there's different things for it. New system. And then I also made one for this intro course, which was just bare so I could go over everything with you guys. And then there's the intro course. Right here where this little square is at is where you guys are gonna pick the way you want your layout to be, and depending what tier of subscription you guys bought is going to be what determines of this you're going to be able to use, because the higher your subscription, the more charts they have you guys use. If you just use the lowest or the middle, you may only have these two available to you, right? Let's do this. Template, green and perp, apply to all. There we go. You guys may only have two available to you. If you bought the highest one, you guys can go 6. You guys could go 8. You can just keep going up. I'm not sure how high it goes. Oh, there we go. 8 is the most I have, which I never even have used 8 ever once. Just an FYI. But you can have 4. So this is where you're going to choose how many charts you want. On this, just so this is known, click on this square. I can make it ES, right? This square is going to be NQ. This square down here is going to be YM. And then this square down here is going to be DXY, right? Because all of these three are correlated, and this is an inversely correlated chart. They're all in the 15-minute time frame. Well, right here they weren't inversely correlated, but generally. And you can have a different chart on each square, right? Maybe you just use ES and NQ. So I want ES there and I want NQ here, so I can watch for divergences and stuff like that. Toolbar. Okay. Aside from that, let's go back to 1. Put it on NQ. All of these tools that you guys are going to use have different functions on them. And let's say we're going to be drawing a zone, right? Because here's a fair value gap right here. We want to mark. We think this is like an important area for us. So we want to extend it out here. How do I adjust it? Well, if you click on it, here's the first way you can adjust it. And this is going to be the line colors. So you can see if I change that, it makes the border change. This is going to be the fill. So if I change that, it makes the fill change, right? If I'm writing anything in here, right, we're going to put FEG because we're going to label it. This is where you can change the text color. This is going to make the thickness of that border for you. I always just stick with 1. This is going to let it know if it's dashed, border, solid, dotted. I just use solid. You can throw it away here and you can lock it here so you can't actually accidentally do anything with it. If you click settings, right, it opens this. Or you guys can also double click the drawing. It'll open settings. You can extend it all the way to the right. And what that does is no matter how far price goes to the right, that drawing is always going to show there. And a lot of my drawings are going to have that. Here you can also change the background color and the opacity of it. So if you want it to be super bright or low, you guys can do that with it. I use middle line in 50%. So you guys could see right there, the middle line is showing up at 50%. So you guys are going to do that. And maybe you don't want a border at all, so you're going to get rid of that border completely, right? Or maybe you want it to show really good. Whatever you guys want, whatever your preference is, this is where it is. These are where you have your selection of colors you can use just like the previous. You can also enter your text here. And there's another really cool feature about all this stuff is you can save templates. So if you have certain drawings you guys use very often, like I use, for example, an extended box. My extended box is always gray. They generally represent FEGs or for whatever I want an extended box for. It's going to show it right there and I have it saved. I also have a small gray box, which I labeled small gray, which is going to be just the size of however I drew it from the beginning, right? Instead of going from templates here, you guys can also access the templates right there. So all of these are the templates I saved. So as you guys get more advanced and you start drawing different things and you want them to be different colors and you want them to represent different things, you guys are going to have different templates that you guys are going to be using in here that mean different things to you on your chart, right? To save that template, if you have the drawing already done, you can double click it. down that, you save as, name it, it's going to save it right there. Or you just click those, save it, it's going to name it for you. And it's the same thing for every tool. If you guys use the trend line here, right, the trend line locks on there because I have my magnet on. I can draw it anywhere. Say you want a straight trend line. If you hold shift, it's going to make it straight, perfectly straight, either horizontally or vertically or at a 45-degree angle, right? Those are the three ways shift lets you move. Otherwise, it's just free forming. You guys are also going to have templates for what that means for you, right? I have all of these templates that I have used in the past. I don't so much, but it's the same thing for this tool. Double click it, it opens up the settings where you can play around with all this stuff, add text to it, save a template, lunch low for when I look at the lunch low range, and things of that nature. Same thing with the vertical lines. You can mess with all the settings the same way. Same thing with the Fibonacci, which we're going to go over. The Fibonacci is how you get measurements of ranges, and you also get projections on price. So just for an example, because we're here right now, we're going to measure this range from the highest high to the low. And you can see it's 100% from this high to this low. We came back up almost to 75. The Fibonacci, you can also have different templates that you're going to use for different things, right? Maybe you want just the range to show short, you can extend it. All of these settings are all customizable on everything, colors, thickness of the lines, all of that. So go ahead and as you guys get more into it with these, you guys can play around with the different settings on all these tools. But so far for TradingView, that's pretty much all you guys are going to need to know as of right now in this TradingView tutorial. That's going to show you guys how to use it, how it's set up. And now when you guys come up into the next video, which is going to be basic trading and analysis, you guys are going to be able to follow along with me a little bit better and mark up your own charts. And you're also going to be able to go to different times. Oh, one more thing before we go. This little calendar right here will take you to whatever point in time you want to go. So say I want to go back and look at Monday, February 3rd, right? This month, because that's when we recorded this. And I want to look at it when the market opens, right? In the Asia session. Go to, it's going to take me there to that time right there. See, Monday, February 3rd, 6 p.m. That's when it opened, 1800. And you guys could go there. So this will get you fast to anywhere you guys need to go really, really quickly if you need to get to a different time and price. If you guys are too far back, right here, if you hover down here in the right and you click this, it's going to take you up to current price. Maybe not exactly, it's just going to move sideways. So if price is way up or down, you may have to right click and hit reset chart view, remember? So you can find yourself again. Down here in this area where it says UTC5, this is where you guys can pick what time zone you guys are in, depending where you're at in the world. It goes everywhere. I use New York as mentioned, even though I'm in the West Coast in LA. I use New York because I like to have my time reflect what they do on the East Coast because that's where the stock market is. Even though futures run off the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and it's only a 2-hour difference, pretty much everything runs off Eastern for this. So I calibrate mine to that, but that's where this is where you will adjust depending what time zone you want. Right here, you can pick quickly between your electronic trading hours or your regular trading hours. And there's a fast way to turn that contract adjustment on and off, right? So let's see if you guys can see if it's on. Might have to go back to show it, but let's see if it does it on the short way. Nah. But if I do it on the day, you guys will see if I draw a line with it on, where's this, in August, most likely if I turn it off, that line is not going to be lined up, right? Because when you keep it on, it adjusts the chart for the current contract changes. And that is it. Yeah, that is it. If you guys want to share a chart, you guys can take a screenshot of it on your computer and send it to us. You can also drop this down right here. Click, turn auto save on your guys' charts. So whatever you do, it's saving it automatically. You guys can turn sharing on. So if you want to send us or someone you know a link to look at your chart, you can do that. You click copy link, paste it, and send it to them. Here you can name your chart whatever you want. You can export your chart data. You can create a new layout. If we share our charts with you guys in the group, because we share our charts for the premium members, you guys can make a copy of our charts and save it here, right? Because if you guys just click the link to our chart, you guys are going to get something like this because I keep Diamond Hand's chart handy at all times so I can see what he's seeing, right? I can look at his chart, but I can't do anything to it. It's just stuck here. I can't move the lines, right? They're stuck there. It's locked because I'm just looking at his live chart. So if you guys save our charts live, you guys are going to be able to see when we make changes to our levels and do different things to it, which will be super helpful for you. But if you want to make a copy of our chart and actually be able to mess around with it, it won't mess with our chart directly, but it is going to allow you to make adjustments or see it a little bit more. You can click copy. You can do right here, right, DH levels copy. And then when I'm on my regular chart, I can go up to Diamond Hands copy chart that I got. And it's going to go here. Well, I deleted all the levels to take some pictures for some previous stuff, but it'll give it to you with all those levels and everything in it. And you guys will have it, and then you can play around with it, change the time frame, etc. Um, Okay, that is it, you guys. If you guys have a little bit of experience trading, but you don't have any with Tradingview, say, you guys could come here to the indicators, click it. If there's indicators you guys have used in the past, you guys are going to be able to go here and pick and search for those indicators, right? Say you want a volume indicator, it's here. Tradingview has a huge database full of indicators that people make, and they publish here for all the Tradingview community to use. Some of them are only for premium members, and some of them you do have to buy access to. But here you'll find your volume, right? If you guys use Bollinger Bands, which no one here really uses Bollinger Bands too much. I do have one friend who uses them, and he's an amazing trader, but most of us here won't. You guys can use Bollinger Bands, right? You want your moving averages. It's going to show them for you. So this is where you have access to all the indicators in TradingView. Let's go ahead and log out of my paper trading. That is it, guys. If you get a little bit more advanced into trading and you want to hook your Tradivate up to the account, you totally can, but you need to go into Tradivate and you need to allow access to TradingView. So if you guys come here and you do your login, whatever, right, and you're not able to get in it, well, you got to go to Tradivate and you got to go allow access to TradingView there. And that should be it, guys. I can't really think of too much else. If you guys have any further questions on anything, please reach out to one of us in the group, either myself, you guys can reach out to Pancakes or to Diamond Hands or one of the other any of the other mods in here, and we'll be happy to answer your guys' questions. Um, yeah, so now you guys have exactly how to use what the candlestick chart means in the previous video. Now you guys understand how to use TradingView. I know we went a little bit fast, so you might need to rewind this or watch certain parts over again. That's okay, do it, and then mess around with TradingView a lot so you guys understand how to do this stuff on your own and find the settings. And once you guys do it, it's going to be like second knowledge. You know, you draw a zone, you know what the zone is, you go to your template, and you're like, boom, you got what you needed. And in the next one, we're going to be going over some trading analysis and different types of basic analysis. Nothing too in depth, but basic trading knowledge. We'll go over some zones. We'll go over some of the more terminology that we have, levels, the assets, how they correlate, what it means, and hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, that's it for the TradingView tutorial, and we'll see you guys in the next video.